Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by GhostBed.com.
Yes, Friday nights. The Friday night before the big game, Super Bowl 55. Chiefs and Bucks. We're changing it up tonight, folks. We've got the crowd mellow. We're slowing it down.
For now.
Intimate.
Slowing it down. It's an intimate night. It's the night before our trip. We leave very early in the morning to Austin for the Super Bowl. Boston Joe's starting to get a little bit sore because he has been hard. He has been rock hard since the NFC Championship game because he is a huge Brady fan.
The biggest.
Chef Puhak. He's coming after a double hip replacement, which is something I thought only old people had.
Yeah.
But he's coming post-op, 1 week post-op from his double hip replacement.
When you go as hard as I do, you need
Yeah, I was
things
gonna
You've
say.
got to
replaced.
replace those hips, baby. You've got to replace those peeps. He's high as fuck tonight over there cooking. So we have Chef Manning. We have Chef Manning over on the grill, helping him out. Yes.
Your boy Howard.
You know, that last show that we did at Manning's restaurant with springback clamps, you guys wanted him. You guys called for him, and he's back. He's back to help out. But again, we're slowing it down. We're keeping it erotic.
Nice and
Very
sensual.
early flight tonight.
ASMR
Very
going on.
sensual. Just nice chill vibes here. A little foreplay. A little foreplay before the big
Just a little
game.
For the big
Just a little bit.
climax.
Yeah, before the big climax tomorrow.
Sunday, that's okay.
To help us get in the mood tonight, before we leave for our Texan sex odyssey tomorrow, because that's what it's going to be, a Texan sex odyssey at the
Ooh, I
Drinking
feel like
Bros
I'm missing out on
Sports.
the good part.
You are missing out on the good part, but you can travel with
You can
us.
warm us up.
We're about to embark on a sexual odyssey to Texas tomorrow. The group of us, right? To help
not
us get in the
going.
mood. That's because you just had surgery.
Yeah.
And they won't let you on the airplane. Or within 300 meters of a elementary school. But we'll talk about that later. All the way from Seattle, Washington, we have
Yes.
Suzii
Yes.
Galvan from Just Press Foreplay, which is a podcast that is sensual.
It is
It's
very
sorta-
sensual.
Look, we can't cuss right now because in the first 90 seconds of the show, we're not allowed to swear because of analytics.
you got to keep it clean.
We have to keep it
Good
clean.
to know.
So I would say sensual
Keep myself
as, what's an F word? Sensual as
Central as your,
foreplay.
yeah.
Sensual as foreplay. And you know a lot about
It's the only
foreplay.
effort. I do, yes.
That's so crazy.
Life is foreplay if you treat it right, you know?
I just got hard.
Right off the bat, baby. Here
Look,
we go.
I listen to her podcast, and it is a very serious podcast. But just on context alone, I'm not serious, and so I get hard over lots of things. I'm going to be very immature about your podcast.
There's going to be a lot
My
of
podcast
jokes.
is not serious.
Like-
It's
learned a
playful,
lot from it.
sensual. Yes, you learn a lot, but it's playful, sensual, and a little erotic.
Do you want to hear something creepy?
Yes.
He's going to tell you anyway.
I know you would like that.
She doesn't have a choice.
She
Anyway.
doesn't-
Yeah, I
listen,
didn't
I
feel
just
like it.
met her. She just got off the plane from Seattle. We've never had real conversation.
No.
This is going to be the first, but I will tell you something creepy about myself is I listen to most of my podcast at 5:30 a.m. in my morning shower. I take what my wife calls the half-hour shower. And that is my prep for the day. I spend 30 minutes in the shower listening to other podcasts, and I breeze through them.
Do you need to squeegee the walls after?
Yeah. Well,
I can't do it standing up. I gotta lay down and really get into the mood. Set
Really?
Some candles, like
Listen,
some candles.
after
Big picture
listening-
of Tom.
Really
after
tune
listening to
in.
her podcast, which is really funny because at 5:30 in the morning, I'm hearing the sensual podcast all about masturbation, all about selfies in the nude. I'm hard as fuck in the morning anyway because of my morning heart. Have we hit 90 seconds? No, have we hit 90 seconds or did I just fuck that all up? Doesn't
Oh,
matter.
now we did.
Fucking blew my wad.
Woo.
Might as well just take it all.
Oh, my gosh.
But I sit in the
ready.
bathroom. My wife walked in the other day and she goes, "What are you listening to?"
Oh no, was it my podcast?
Yes.
Was it the erotica?
Oh, yes. It was great. It was wonderful. And I had a morning wood. It wasn't because of your podcast, or maybe it was. Who knows? This is all about foreplay. Let's slow it back down.
Yeah,
Let's slow it
getting
back down.
a little too excited, Tam.
Let's slow it back down. We have Chef Puhak tonight.
He's back.
On the grill. Chef Manning, Howard Manning from Manning's on Main. Listen, there's been a lot of chatter on the Drinking Bros Foodies podcast about Manning's on Main. It is the real deal, and I put my name on it And if you come to Manning's on Main and you tag me in it, I'll throw
suck your
something
dick.
your way. I'll throw a hat, a T-shirt from Instill Distilling Company, who is our other sponsor of the night. Maybe whiskeywear.com. If you visit Manning's on Main and you tag me in it, or you tag Drinking Bro Sports.
Well, how can you tag you? It's at Eric.Tansey, I believe.
Now at Drinking Bro Sports.
I'd like, as Chef Puhak, I'd like to back Manning's as well. You know, Chef Howard really brings the heat when he's in the kitchen. He's talented. He's classically trained. The flavors are dynamic. They're booming. Every time that I eat there, I'm never disappointed. Along with the service, when you go to a restaurant, do you go for the food? Absolutely, but you know, as a chef and a foodie, or somebody that has any level of training in the food industry, you want to be served, and you get served, and it's from all levels. It's nothing to see Howard out there busting a table, shaking a hand, just like a bus guy, you know what I mean, or a bus girl. So I back Manning's as well.
Well, he brought
Yes.
the aphrodisiacs today, didn't he?
Oh,
Send
I
them
did
food.
notice that.
Of course I
Oysters.
noticed. Of course I
Oysters.
noticed.
Was that the first
that
thing
shit
that
on
popped in your
cracker,
mind
dude.
when you saw oysters tonight?
Yes, I run a foreplay podcast. Of course it was.
So when you have a
I was like,
fore-
ooh, this chef is smart. He knows what he's doing.
When you when you have a foreplay podcast, I have lots of questions, but being that you have foreplay, we have a sports podcast, so I see everything in sports.
Yeah.
Do you see everything in sex now that you have a foreplay?
I do. I definitely do. And I would say since COVID started, sex situations for people have been like off the radar because they're at home exploring
Yes.
or not exploring. And exploring, I feel like, is much better than not exploring because if you're just stuck in your head with it, then things start to get weird. So,
So I read a.
yeah, exactly.
I've been doing my sex research. This was the most fun podcast to do research for.
Well, that's because you're a pervert.
Yeah.
I'm a pervert too. That's why I do it.
So I get to do lots of sex research. Porn went up just a massive amount during the COVIDs.
Yep.
Healthy or not healthy?
You know, it depends on how you do it. I enjoy watching porn. There's certain types of porn that I like watching. Tutorial porn is very fun to watch.
Tutorial porn. That's the
Yes.
one genre I haven't looked up.
Yeah,
It
can
is
you explain what that
so
means?
fun to watch. It's basically you watching someone learning how to get someone else off. And so
Whoa.
you just learn different ways of exploring the body and kind of understanding where the individual's pleasures are rather than trying to just get the orgasm.
Wow.
Where
that's
most
that's
porn
some real
focuses on the
foreplay.
orgasm, right? Or being
That
loud
was
or whatever.
intense. Yes. I've never looked at that genre of porn.
Well, you're
It's
about
fun.
to.
It's fun.
Well, you talked about porn being up during COVID, I'm sure, but YouPorn, I believe, is the culprit. But they took down a lot of amateur porn. Are you a fan of amateur porn, or do you think that you like the professionals? You want the 4K shit where you can see all the dirty details?
I don't know. The nice thing about amateur porn is it's real. It's not
Yes.
faked.
But you know what? Everybody that's an amateur, whether you're an amateur
Podcaster?
No. An amateur Bitcoin investor, whatever. What do you call those stock market?
Stonks. Let's talk about Ross, baby, and
Hey,
Jables, man. They
stonks.
got me all fired up.
Listen.
Talking about being hard today, man.
All the amateurs are getting the shaft. So even amateur porn's getting the shaft. Amateur porn guys, they were coming out, and the stat is that all this amateur porn was coming out hard. It was coming out hard. People were downloading it. They weren't monetizing it. They were monetizing it, and they were getting thousands, hundreds of thousands of more views than the 4K porn that you were talking about. They were getting these hundreds of thousands of views for these amateur things, and all of a sudden they were like, yeah, amateur folks are making a lot more money than even the paid actors.
Because people can relate to it more.
Right.
You know, you're like, oh shit, I've been there.
Isn't it crazy though that even in stocks,
Well, that's essentially
It's
the
the
same
same
damn
thing.
thing that
It's the
happened.
same
You know,
thing.
the dumb guy version of what happened in Drink Bros Maine and on the Ross Patterson Revolution, they've been talking about this. And essentially all these Redditors got together and they were like, you know what? Fuck the man. We're going to go against the hedge fund and we're going to invest in GameStop. We're going to invest in Nokia. We're going to invest in Naked. We're going to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And all of a sudden, they're overthrowing these hedge funds, and I want to say
Good.
It's like $15 billion.
Fuck 'em.
Last time I saw it was like $15 billion. You know, so I'm coming out of my hip surgery, right, and I'm laid up on the couch, heavily medicated, and I'm watching Ross Patterson Revolution and Drinking Bros Maine, and I'm having the time of my life with the assistance that I got.
Time is like.
And they're talking about all the stonks, and Ross keeps going stonks into the microphone. So I'm like, I need to Google machine this, and I'm finding out that they are truly fucking the man. They are fucking a man on this, like billions
And I
and
feel like that's
billions
what amateur
of dollars.
porn did. They were like, look at us. And when I listened to your podcast, that's what you talk about.
Yeah.
You talk a lot about you being individual, and when I feel like porn, when we're talking about amateur porn, what was the last episode that you did on the nudes, the self-nudies, and being comfortable with yourself and things like that?
Like, why did I do that one?
Yes.
Because I had so many friends who were like,
This is me being
sent-
sensual tonight.
Yeah,
right?
seriously.
You see
I had
that?
so many
You like my
friends who
sensual
would like
views?
obsess over. I sent him these pictures and he didn't say anything, and I'm like, "Do you like the picture?" Like, I have fucking 300 hidden naked photos in my phone. Has anyone that I've been with seen all of them? No. Like, they're for me. I take videos for myself. Like, if my boyfriend falls asleep and I'm fucking bored, I'm not gonna be mad at him for falling asleep. I'm gonna go take some nudes because what else am I gonna do right now?
So going back to what Chef Puhak said.
But I don't think it's about fucking the man. I think it's about tuning
I'm
in
just
on what
kidding.
you can
I'm
do.
just-
I
you
thought
know?
we were
was
still
just-
talking about amateur porn.
Right? Yeah.
I was just talking about my money.
How about it?
I was just stuck on like 300 nudes in your phone. I'm like, who's stealing this phone tonight?
Babies on our damn hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Who is stealing this phone tonight? That's where I was going. Let me get this show kicked off.
Let's roll, man.
Jeez, this thing has been a shit show from the beginning.
Isn't it
Here's some
always?
content,
Gosh, I'm embarrassed.
baby.
Is my face red? Is my face
Yes.
red? Because
Yeah,
it
nice little
feels
tan.
red. I think on that note, we got you.
definitely.
We got you hooked on.
I
We
got a
you.
good segue for you, Eric.
It's
Speaking
definitely
about
red.
sticking people, we
You
got
got
some
your
EpiPens,
EpiPen. You got
man.
your EpiPen.
Where's
We
yours?
must
You
be
got it at the
cooking-
low ready, man?
I've got
Is
the
yours?
EpiPen. We always have the EpiPen on this show. This is Drinking Bros Sports Tailgate Legend Show, where we tailgate with legends and legendary people. Chef Puhak is our chef, and he's allergic to shellfish and seafood.
Life.
He's
I got
allergic
new
to
hips.
life.
I got to get a
So
new
we
shoulder
always
soon.
have
so.
we always have an EpiPen available.
Yeah.
And we have
He'll be dead by the end of the show.
he will be because you're cooking what are you cooking over there,
All
Chef
the-
Manning?
Low
all the
country
things.
boil going on. That's what he said he wanted to do. Low country
You wanna-
boil, shrimp, sausage, corn, potatoes.
Crab.
We got it all, man. We got oysters on the half shell. He's got him some peppers. He's gonna be sautéing up and giving it to you. So we go see what he's got here in a minute.
Well, I've got my needle ready to stick them. We got some sponsors, and why we got you aroused, why we got you hard, why we got you wet. Normally we don't have girls. We don't have girls on the show, so I have to say wet tonight. Why we got you wet? Let's get some sponsors out of the way. Copper Still Records, who manages this shit show. Buddha's over there. That's what we call him, Buddha. I don't know his real name.
I call him
It's
the cat herder. 'cause
the
it's
cat
like
herder.
hurting fucking
It
cats.
is hurting
dealing
fucking
with
cats,
us,
but
man.
he has a look on his face tonight that he's totally disgusted where we're going with this show. He wasn't expecting this tonight. He said he had a special guest, and I said, get fucked, Buddha. We have a special guest. We have Suzii from
Just press
Howard
foreplay.
Just
Howard
press.
Son's definitely in for, quite a lesson tonight.
Well, he's going to have the foulest mouth in 4th grade.
Howard, did
no
you see the
fucking
Howard?
He'll
Did
be
you
the
see
most
the text I
educated.
sent you, Howard? What can I do with your son if you need me to, buddy? Just- I
Oh
sent you
man,
that
we're
text.
good. No, dude,
Okay.
they don't teach sex education in high school.
Well,
Right?
he's
So we
gonna
good.
get some tonight.
He's going to learn it the right way, baby.
He's got to learn about it, baby. So we might as well get it on.
Well, we got some
he
spots.
ain't paying us no attention. You got to talk about it, right?
You got to
These
talk
people
about
are
it.
doing this stuff. They're having fun with this stuff, and let's.
I would
Listen,
like to
he's-
say that I went to Catholic school for a little bit, and I am just
Those are
mortified.
the wild ones.
I'm mortified
I
right
partied
now.
with you guys.
Boy, that kid's going to school tomorrow, and he's saying, I'm going to be hard. I'm going to stay hard up in here in 4th grade, homie. Listen, we are sponsors today. WhiskeyWare.com. That's WhiskeyWare, WARE.com. Makers of the finest customizable whiskey glasses with a beadless rim. We love these glasses. They also make the tumblers that everybody's drinking out of tonight.
I tumble for you.
You do tell me. They made these tumblers with Instill Distilling Company, which is our next sponsor, InstillDistillingCo.com. Makers of the finest rum available in Florida and North Carolina. But WhiskeyWare.com, I'm drinking out of a glass that says Black Horse Mafia 11th Armored Cavalry Division. And so they're all customizable premium glasses. They're $19 a piece. You can get whatever you want on it. If you wanted just press foreplay, if you wanted 2 people boning on a whiskey
Yes.
glass,
Yes.
they would sandblast, laser etch, where you have texture on a
Wow.
beadless
Everyone loves a
premium
little
whiskey
texture,
glass.
don't they?
Everybody needs texture in this world. And that's the ultimate foreplay, because if you came to my house and you served me a cocktail in a premium whiskey glass from whiskeywear.com, I'd be boned up for sure.
What do you do with that rim?
My dick would be very
Right?
hard.
You mentioned the rim.
I'd rim the shit out
I'm
of
going right there.
I would rim all of it.
Analingus, are we in or out?
I'm
Oh.
not into it.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
the
either.
one thing.
Not a
Well, I've
rimmer?
done it. I've done it. It depends how
We've
drunk
all been
I am.
there, bro.
We're not going to go there, but we do have
I'll
you
be
a
a
guest.
I wouldn't mind pegging
guest.
someone. That might be
That's
interesting.
the
Pegging?
rum
Wow.
kicking in from Instill Distilling Company. But we do have a gift for you tonight from whiskeywear.com. If you'll grab that box right there, try not to knock
already
that
grabbing boxes and
dildo-looking
everything.
thing
Look at
off of there. But anyway, that is your glass for tonight,
him to open some
courtesy
crap.
of whiskeywear.com.
Ooh, I feel so
Our other
honored.
sponsor tonight, of course, Howard Manning, Manning's Restaurant, Manning's on Main. We'll be
406 East Main Street, baby. You guys need to go.
406 East Main Street in Clayton.
There's a
good
whiskey
food.
roll on it.
And we may or may not have him in Austin this week. We don't
I'm in love
know.
with that.
I don't believe I'm going to make it to Austin, unfortunately.
Well, I'd pay for it. If you wanted to go, I would pay
I'd
for it.
appreciate it. Henry, we need to go to Austin. Texas is doing some good shit right now. I can tell you that. That's one fucking place I'd like to be.
Fighting the
I
good
think
fight.
that
You know what? You're doing good shit, though. I mean, you're fucking playing the same game Texas is.
What's that?
You're wide open.
Oh, fuck yeah,
You're
dude.
wide open, baby.
We got it going on, man.
You got it
come
going on.
Down. You better
Everybody's
make a damn reservation
going,
for the end of the
everybody
weekend.
in the triangle is going to Manning's on Main. You know why? Because you make everybody feel comfortable.
That's right. That's
man.
what it's
That's
all
right.
about, man. That's why everybody's listening to us and finding out what's going to be happening at the Super Bowl.
You put the cum
what
in
the fuck
comfortable.
is going to be happening? So who's going to win? Who you got?
Tom Brady. We did this
Oh,
last
TV,
time. You need
so
a reminder?
TV, Tampa
I show you what I
Bay,
did with the
TV.
microphone.
Yes,
since
we
we're
do
talking
need a
about it.
That's why
reminder
we
because
went to
this
the
is a
damn game.
sports tailgate show.
Well, I have a fun stat for you.
I
Give it
got
to
first,
Tansey.
Joe. Before
Give
you
it to
go,
me.
I think we need to figure out how we can increase your chances of having some interaction with Thomas Brady.
Whatever it takes. I'll do whatever
Yeah.
it takes.
She
man.
needs to give you some tips. Just the tip.
Well, you already beat me to it. I was going to say just that. But I do have some
Just a
stats
little
for you. Tom Brady's
Yeah.
been in the league 21 years.
Okay.
10 of those years,
That's crazy.
he's gone to the big game, the Super Bowl. It's where he belongs, which means he's 47%. There's a 47% chance he's going to make it to the Super Bowl. Have you heard of Steph Curry? Are you familiar with it?
I've
With
heard of her.
Mr. Steph Curry?
I've heard of her.
He's
She's
pretty
pretty.
good at shooting the basketball through the hoop, especially
is.
from far away. One of the greatest, if not the greatest, three-point shooter of all time. When he shoots a three, it's 43% chance that ball is going to go through the hoop, which means Tom Brady on any given year has a better chance at making it to the Super Bowl than Steph Curry has at making a three, and a better chance than Ben Roethlisberger has in a bathroom somewhere with some lady. Ain't that right? Booty ain't happy
Yes,
about that.
our manager over there is a big Steelers fan.
Austin Joe.
If we're talking about stats, we're talking about percents. Which say that stat one more time.
Tom Brady.
They don't.
Yep.
They don't.
10 out of 21 years that he's played, he makes it to the Super Bowl, which carry the two 47%.
Okay.
Steph Curry from three-point land, 43%.
Okay.
Just more reason to call Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. the greatest living American. But since we're talking about Tom Brady, we're also talking about a little bit of sex.
I've got a percentage for you. I just read on this show that a male's orgasm is 93% stronger and longer if it's through the prostate.
Also,
prostate orgasm. What do you know about that?
It's a lot better.
I think a lot of men are scared to have a little pinky up the butt, but I think they'd be surprised at how fun it would be.
I'm not
Pinky,
scared.
fucking give me the pointer
me.
finger. Give me the old pointer
Fist me.
finger.
I mean, you know,
can save the
introduce it
pinky.
first, and then who knows where he'll ask you to take it after that.
Oh my gosh, is that a real stat? Is that? I mean, I read it.
I don't know. I would say if you practice semen retention, if you've ever heard that, you'll
What?
have a more powerful
No, we haven't.
orgasm.
Stop. What is semen retention?
Semen retention is basically the theory of not allowing yourself to ejaculate right away, but instead honing in on your partner's pleasures and not focusing on your own. So you're basically ignoring your orgasm completely, and it's allowing you to just prolong.
We call that selfless service in the military.
It's also semen retention too.
Okay, so semen retention. So,
Well, there's
so-
also a bigger practice to it of like you can do sexual things to yourself, so like caressing yourself or whatever, but not fully getting there. So
Yes.
like have a week of
which is
just
what
have
Boston
up
Joe
to
has
3
been
weeks.
doing for the last week and a half.
Holding myself
when you wanna
out.
talk, he's been holding his out. That dude's dick has been
Dude,
hard.
it's called sexual energy. He knows
Yes.
how to use it to his advantage
Yeah,
for his
fuck yeah,
game
he does.
because
He's
then
got
he
it.
plays his game.
Yeah.
He's got all that fucking energy going
He's
into
gonna
it,
be
and then he
blowing-
gets laid afterwards, and
It's
it's
gonna
great.
be splooge everywhere.
Yeah, ropes of it.
Listen,
Ropes of it. Love it. Love it.
do you think Do you think that sports in any way, shape, or form, is that sexual to you at all?
Like I
big
said,
game.
like there's foreplay in everything. So if you're enjoying what you're doing, it comes off as sexy to people.
Okay.
So if you're confident in what you're doing, it's going to come off to the individual as very, very sexy. So then it's sexual.
Like Chef Puhak over there on the grill. That is
Exactly.
sexy to me. He's fucking,
Yeah.
he's owning it. He's in his element. He's over there. He's turning knobs. He's flambéing. I just saw a lot of fire over there.
Yep.
He's got his
Oozing
partner
with
over
passion.
there. They're fucking scooping
I'm
some.
lighting it up and making it hot for you guys.
Right,
Yes, he
exactly. I
is.
see that flame.
I am hot. He is in his element, and that is hot. Have you ever? Are you gonna get a little bit hot over this weekend's game at all? Is there
I'm-
anybody that you're gonna be watching it with that this game is gonna be foreplay for
I'm
you?
not into football. If I watch it, I'm usually distracted by the butts or the cheerleaders. So.
The butts.
Yeah, the butts or the cheerleaders.
So you're not gay. So you're not gay.
Huh?
You're not gay.
I'm not.
You're into male butts.
Yeah.
You're non-binary. What's
Yeah.
the word? for
Same.
it? What's the word?
I
Is that
I
what
don't
you?
label
Yeah, I'm gender
things.
fluid.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Whatever I want to
No,
be.
no labeling. So, but you like the butts in the tight football pants.
wants to put a
Yeah,
pinky
if,
in them.
If I'm,
Looking for butts to just plug the hole in.
just plug that
well,
hole.
I wonder what
speaking of
he's
butts,
into.
Tom Brady's wearing white. I'm sure that's your favorite
Boston
color.
Joe would be sticking way more than a pinky in Tom Brady's.
I'm sure there's a lot of
beehole
things
this
that happen in those locker rooms that we don't know about.
weekend. Really? You think so?
No, I mean honestly, I don't know. These days,
Sure.
I'm from Seattle, so everyone is like, curious about all kinds of things. So I'm sure.
What kind of backlash? Maybe not backlash. What kind of banter? I don't know the word for it. What do you get on your podcast? Do people reach out to you? And
Read the
when
comments.
They reach out to you. What are the comments? Yes, read the comments.
I get mostly that your podcast is interesting. So I feel like I talk a lot about a lot of things that people don't fully understand, so they don't dive too much.
I
in.
didn't understand.
Exactly.
I listened to a lot of shit this week because I had to do research, and there's a lot of stuff about myself that I didn't understand. One being that I've never taken a nude selfie of myself that wasn't supposed
That's a
to be
generational
funny.
gap. That just shows your age. You're
But
old.
now I'm thinking maybe I'm missing out. Because
I
you
got
talked
plenty
about
on
in one
Sam.
of your episodes about the freedom
Yeah.
and the sense of freedom that it gives you to take a picture of yourself in the nude. And I think that's cool because, I don't give a fuck about myself. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me. I'm married to I'm married. My
But,
wife is
how
beautiful.
sexy
I'm
if you
married. I
opened
think she's
her
beautiful.
phone and saw that she had these nudes that she just takes, and you're like,
I was thinking
whoa,
about me. I don't
who is
think
this
about her.
woman? Like,
Do you want to hear a funny story about my wife's nudes?
yeah, I do.
Boston Joe, can I tell a
love
fucking
nudes.
story? But I know we're
Please.
supposed to go to you. I know we're supposed to go to you right now. But listen, one time when I was a cop, my wife sent me a nude. I texted her. I said, I'm having she said, how's your night going? I said, I'm having a very shit night. She sent me a picture of her tits.
Yes.
That was about 8 years ago. And that was when phone technology wasn't what it is now. And all the other cops sitting at the table, they picked up my phone. Well, they saw it because it lighted up.
Yeah.
And they saw tits. And they grabbed my phone and they're like, oh shit. I got back to the table with my wasabi and soy sauce because we were at a Chinese takeout. And all of a sudden, 10 minutes later, 10 seconds later, my wife's texting
Tits
me,
later.
why is Officer so-and-so and Officer so-and-so texting me that they're having a bad night?
Oh,
And I was like,
no.
I go back and I look and I see a tit pic and I'm like, what the? And they're like, ha ha! If I'm having a bad night, I'm getting some titty
Oh my
pics
God,
too,
that's
baby.
fantastic.
So my wife said, never again will you be getting boob pics.
Yikes. You
From
blew
me.
it, dude. You
That's
fucking
You
not
blew
just
it.
gotta
true.
change
She
your
does it all the time.
notifications so that the photo doesn't
Yeah,
pop
we
up on your
fixed
lock
it. She still
screen.
sends me nudies.
Amateurs.
If you want to hack my phone, my name is Eric Tansey, and my wife does send me nudies on the daily.
Yes, you
So
found
she
a good
keeps
one.
me exciting. She keeps me excited. Well, she's she's a different breed, that human being, if you've ever met her. And those of you who have heard her on the Drinking Bros podcast,
She is
you
a
guys
saint
know.
to put up with your ass.
She is
an
a
absolute
saint. She doesn't
saint.
swear. She doesn't curse. She only looks at porn when I force her to. And by forcing,
Bird
means
Box and you hold the
yep,
eyes
I'm
open?
Yes,
watching it,
I
she's
tape her
there.
forehead down. I tape her to a gurney.
Eyelids up.
Yep, I have a gurney. Do you have a gurney in your bedroom?
I have all kinds of
I have a
things
gurney in my bedroom. I
Oh.
strap her down on
All
the gurney.
kind of thing. All right, you brought it up. You got all the kind of things in your
All the
bedroom.
kinds of
You
things,
talked
yeah.
about pegging. I mean, Where do you have like a closet?
She
full
never
of
talked
toys
about
that-
pegging. That's something
I
you just
actually
thought.
did.
You
yeah.
weren't fucking listening.
I wasn't.
When the hosts
I
aren't
slipped
listening.
it in. Mhm.
Listen, I heard Peg and might.
Wait, what?
Look, I got to apologize for Boston Joe right now because he's been horny since the NFC
I mean, in his
Championship
defense, I totally
a
did
couple
say
of weeks
pegging.
ago.
She's got my back.
He has been so
might be on
horny,
my back soon.
so boned up since that NFC Championship game. Chef,
I think I'd be good at it.
Chef Puhak, what is going on over there? It smells amazing.
So before we get into that, I want to tell you a screwed up chef story that has to do with dicks.
Yes.
You know, it's right on cue. So
I have to
Chef
hear it.
Howard, you know, he's over there working hard. You've heard of staff meal before, right? You got to give your staff a staff meal. So when I was working in Philadelphia, it's common for everybody to have a staff meal. And the chef, what he does is he prepares something for the meal. So this particular chef was a total asshole, unnamed location, unnamed chef. And what he would do is he'd make white rice, sushi white rice, every day. And, you know, do we have to provide the people that we work with or that work for us a meal? No. But it's the right thing to do if they're going to provide you with, you know, good service, right? So in my opinion, you got to throw them a banger. So what this guy do, he'd serve white rice. And for months, these people would bitch to him. So he's kind of sick and twisted. What he ended up doing was he went down to Chinatown and bought an ox penis. And I'm not sure if you guys have ever seen an ox penis, but they're pretty big.
Oh no.
Really big. And what he
Did
did
they have
was
to spin it in like that whole wheel?
yes, they spin it in
Torture
in-
Olympics.
it
Like a
looks,
cheese roll.
It looks like a long kielbasa sausage spun on the thing that you buy in the Asian market. So he buys this thing. It's probably like, I don't know how big that is, 36 inches.
It's Boston
Jesus.
Joe size.
And what he
Flaccid.
does is he cubes it up, breads it with nice panko bread crust, beautiful, makes all these aiolis.
See
and
the
for the people that
texture.
aren't foodies, aioli is like a flavored mayonnaise. Plates it up all nice, and everybody's having the greatest time thinking they're eating like gourmet chicken nuggets or pork nuggets or something like that.
No, they're eating cock.
And the lead server
Big
says,
cock.
"Chef, this meal is so much better than the rice. The meat, I can't place the meat, man. What is the meat? It's a little bit tougher." And
It's
he
like
said,
something I've tasted before, but I can't quite put my finger on it.
Well, I worked in the theater district in Philadelphia, so like that's a thing probably. But anyways, so
We don't
what
kink shame.
What ended up happening was he says, "This is weird. What is this, chef? I can't place the meat. You know, you train us so well." And what he ends up saying, he loses his shit. The chef was a complete asshole. He said, "You guys eat what I feed you, and I just fed you dick. Shut up and eat rice when I feed you rice. Tonight you eat dick."
Or next week it's Rocky Mountain oysters.
And he became legendary. He became legendary in Philadelphia for the wrong reason, not on the food scene. His restaurant tanked. Everybody hated him.
Oh,
but that
no.
story will stay with me for the rest of my life.
That's why we call Tansey a dick, because you are what you eat.
Yeah. Hey, listen,
So-
if I had to suck a dick, I'd be the best in the league because I feel like the longer you do it, the worse
Don't they
it
have
is.
a
So-
restaurant that's like all pertaining to different types of cooked cock? I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Look,
couldn't tell
you
you
would
where
know.
it is.
You would
but-
know. You're the
Yeah.
sexpert. The
How do
sexpert.
you cook your cock?
Yes. Listen, speaking of kink shaming, he mentioned kink shaming, kinky tailgates. Have you ever tailgated before? This is for you. This is an Eric Tansey special made in a. This is your whiskey
Ooh.
girl. Did you
so-
like your glass? Did you like your glass from
I
whiskyware.com?
love it because I used to work at a whiskey bar in Seattle called Lot 3, and we learned all about whiskey, so I'm a total whiskey
Well, this is
and
made with
Scotch fan.
rum, so
Can I show it
whiskey
off?
get fucked.
Yeah.
But this is a rum old fashioned made with Instill Distilling Company's
Lovely.
spiced and Ava aged rum, and I like it.
Yes,
But anyway, it's high in alcohol content. But anyway, fuck all
Perfect.
these sponsors. Fuck those sponsors. Fuck them real good.
Let's get into the food, man.
Kiki
Noel's like,
too.
no.
You ready?
Yeah, are you ready?
Eric,
Yeah, I'm
Eric,
ready.
Eric,
Wait,
I'm
wait, wait.
Eric, I'm a huge old-fashioned guy.
Yes.
You can't tell the difference.
No. Not with the Ava aged Instill Distilling Company rum because I made it.
No.
And any of you whiskey nerds, you'll
I
get
am.
down on it.
And when you served it to me, we were doing a different podcast, and we did chili that day with some venison, and we had 2 or 3 fingers neat of the Ava, and oh my gosh, man, that Ava rum If you told me it was whiskey, I would have believed you. It stands toe-to-toe with some of the best whiskeys I've ever had.
I challenge as well.
Thank you for that.
Sorry, I'm trying to get another drink. Are we ready for food?
So yeah, let's get into it, Chef Howard. So with the game coming up, okay, with Tampa Bay, I started looking up recipes, and my objective was to go super basic because we have the legendary Chef Howard with us. And what I'm doing is a basic seafood boil. And there's a Tampa spin on it, where I'm going to use some tropical flavors like lime, some poblano peppers. And what I've got going on behind me on the screen and behind me on set is I've got some poblano peppers caramelizing down with some
It smells so good.
with some beer brats, because I like beer, and since I can't bring beer into a distillery because of North Carolina law, I brought it in the brats. So it's caramelizing down with the brats, and then I've got some large and extra large shrimp going in some lime butter. I'm getting ready to light it on fire, but before this podcast started, I talked to Chef Howard. I was like, man, I went super basic, and I want you to tell me how Chef Manning and Manning's would rip on a low country boil, because my man can rip and rock with some Creole and Cajun cooking.
Do you know what that sounds like? Multiple foodgasms.
Yes.
Multiple
yes.
foodgasms.
So what would you do to make a seafood boil if you did one?
Well,
First of all, what do you
you've got
call
all
it?
the elements you need right here for your seafood boil. I mean, you've pretty much fucking nailed it. You know, any beach, any access you set up, you can easily do something like this. You know, obviously, if you're at home and you got all your favorite items, you got your big cauldron here. You get some lovely liquid going, water, chicken stock, all my favorite spices. Throw them in there, just get them boiling real hard, you know, and then just you're relaxing the whole time, drinking in steel rum. I mean, just loving
What was
life.
it that you put in the cooking liquid?
Oh, the court bouillon. You can't tell you about that.
You can't tell me about that?
It's the booyah bouillon.
That's your chicken stock that you actually so kindly, generously, you put it in the pot for us, and we added some wonderful water from right here at Instill Brewery, and I made a wonderful mix of just peppercorns and our house Cajun seasoning, and we got it all in the pot going. He got some corn on the cob. I brought some andouille. He's got the beer brats. We got potatoes, the little red bliss ones. Those are the best for this kind of deal.
Chef Howard, what are you doing for the Super Bowl? What do you guys got
Super
going on
Bowl,
over
we'll
there?
be wide open, just wing dang doodling down
At
there, man.
Manning's
Just come
restaurant?
on down. Killer specials. We'll have, obviously, I think people will be mowing on the wings. Probably do to-go business will be insane, I would imagine.
Yes.
And we'll be right there from
You guys never slow
12 to
down.
9.
Me running, I own Instill Selling Company, obviously, and I'm always trying to cover my analytics and see how they. Do you guys ever slow down for anything? You guys don't slow down for shit.
Nah, man, we're wide
guys are
open.
wide open all
we gotta
day,
make a
every
living,
day.
man. We got to keep everybody food on the table and keep happy, man.
Because Clayton loves freedom.
Dude,
That's why.
Clayton does love
Clayton
freedom.
loves fucking
Listen, if you
freedom.
want to get free, if you want to be free, you just come on down to Clayton, North Carolina. Listen, if they don't even like their chief of police because he's getting a little too tyrannical, they just run that ass right out of town. That's Clayton, North Carolina for you. They just say, you know what? You're getting a little too hard. You're writing a little too many tickets. Get the fuck out, homie.
Get fucked.
Trying to
Not that
eat.
I agree with it. I'm not saying I agree or I disagree, but Clayton's a hard town. They have been free since Prohibition. I mean, this was the town that started NASCAR. They said, oh, we can't have alcohol. We've got Percy Flowers. He'll be running booze.
Good old
anywhere
Percy
and everywhere.
Flowers.
Yeah. So, Clayton has always been about freedom. Listen, do you think that sports and sports games, do you think that is is that foreplay?
I mean, you know.
Could it be?
It definitely could be. I don't know.
Because guys and girls need foreplay, right?
Yeah.
And so maybe this weekend's the weekend that the girl.
I got to say, guys don't need foreplay. Guys are ready to fucking go. It's
I don't
the women
know,
who need
man.
to,
I
you
don't
gotta
know. My
butter them
wife's, she's dabbled
You'd
in
fuck
it.
a couch if you could. I would too, don't get me wrong.
I
but gotta
would.
warm
But
you
when
up.
my wife does the whole foreplay thing, it does.
Well,
It's,
dude, but
it
your
changes
whole
things.
day can be turned into foreplay. There's small moments that you can turn into small moments of pleasure that don't go anywhere super sexually, but it's still, an arousing moment.
Like kissing in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly.
It's something simple that
pinching
I don't
someone's
like
ass,
to do.
You know?
I don't like
A
kissing in the
spank.
kitchen, but my wife likes to kiss
Yeah.
in the kitchen. And so, because
Well,
I
it's come
know
up
she
behind her
likes
and
it.
kiss her behind her ear one time. She's gonna be like,
Yes.
"Oh, where are you going?" If you
Right.
do that and walk away, she's gonna be like, "Excuse me," you're gonna get a lasso around you.
Write this
You know
shit
what?
down.
One of the most important things that's ever that I've ever heard advice that's been given to me was a man told me one time, he said, don't do or say anything that's not going to get you laid. Before you say or do anything, ask yourself,
Is this going to have the adverse reaction?
is this going to get me laid? And I took it to heart. I take a lot of things to heart. So when I say things to my wife or I do things to my wife, I always ask myself, sometimes I forget, but most times I ask myself, that would be funny if I said it, but is it going to get me laid?
Dude, no, it's true.
Probably
because
not, and I don't say it. And you know what? My sex life with my wife is incredible.
there
It's
are
amazing.
certain things that are said that will shut a woman off for the rest
Yes.
of the evening from
Sure,
you.
sure.
And it's like if you
And
make
why
her
would you
feel
say
bad
it?
about herself, if you make her feel like someone else is superior, then yeah. But if you take the time to just those little touches to make her feel loved throughout the day, like she's going to be on
it was
as
a
soon as you get
conscious
home.
effort, and luckily I learned it early in our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
But I have literally, for the last 10 years, I've really focused on, is what I'm about to say or what I'm about to do going to get me laid? And if the answer is no, so if it's arguing with her, like let's say she's telling a story to her friends, and maybe the story is exaggerated, which it's usually on my side. I'm usually the exaggerator here.
I was going to let you say that one.
If she says it, I would say, I could call her out, but that wouldn't get me laid later.
No.
I
See,
could
I
just
don't-
smile and let her go with that.
I don't do that at all.
Unless it's
Except
her
that
friends.
you
Like, let
should.
her-
I say whatever the fuck I want, and I still get laid. So it's
Well,
only the other way.
yeah, but I'm telling you,
It's going to come back to bite me one of these days. But
she licks my ass and sucks my balls at
Oh,
the
yep,
same
see, he's
time.
doing it right
analingus,
there.
baby. We're back on the analingus.
Ooh, I hope my
There are
mother-in-law
things to be
is
explored
not
that you might be
listening to
missing
this.
out.
I want to sports and sex at the same time here. So it's like a myth or a rumor that you're not supposed to bang before the big game. So I don't know if
Yes,
Tom
I've
Brady's.
heard that.
I don't know
I've
if
heard
Tom
that.
Brady's going to be banging.
Boxing.
You know
Giselle
why
before.
though? You know
Why?
why? Is because that sexual energy you're building up. It's like waiting until after the
So
game.
you've done your research. You're not just a human being that gets on a podcast and just
No,
talks
dude,
shit.
this
You
shit
know.
works for manifesting. It fucking works. Like
You know.
I because of all of the C word shit that's going on.
What's
like
the C word? What's the C word?
COVID.
Ah, okay,
Oh,
COVID.
fuck 'em. Yeah.
I was going to say cunt.
COVID, get fucked.
I get
oh
it.
no, I would say that.
Okay.
But because of all that, like for a
Why
while,
do you have to say it so pretty?
because I got this mouth.
You said it like so. What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Yes.
Did you
I was
realize
not
that this was that
expecting
kind of tailgate?
No, I didn't.
Is this foreplay?
Do you have
That's
vegan
foreplay.
and gluten-free options? I'm just kidding.
It's
I'm
all
totally kidding. I'm
fish.
totally
I was
kidding.
like, oh no.
Are you
I thought I
fucking
liked
serious?
you. It's like,
You just
"Get her outta here."
melted
I like
his
meat.
heart.
I have a sex podcast. Come on.
That's true. That's true. You're a meat eater for sure.
But
aren't
wait,
you?
you're from Seattle.
I'm not from Seattle. I'm from California. I've
Same
been
thing.
stuck in Seattle.
Chef Puhak, tell me what's
Sleepless
going on
in
right
Seattle.
here in front of my fucking face.
Yeah,
Look, if
seriously.
you don't follow us on YouTube and subscribe to us on YouTube, you're an asshole.
Yeah, get fucked.
But I'm going to take a picture right now. I'm going to send this over to our producer, and he'll snap it up and put it on the show. But we have shrimp, we have sausage, we have corn, we have
We need to
oysters.
get the.
I don't even know where to
selfie
start.
going, man.
Where did you...
No, can you hear me on this mic?
Yes, we can.
must have bumped myself down.
Chef Puhak,
Wait, hold up, man. We need to get a picture with Howard on this one.
Let's go.
This is good. man.
let's
This is
go.
What the fuck are you waiting for then?
Look, nobody's taking orders from an asshole wearing that shirt.
This shirt is fire.
Your shirt
Back me up here. This
fucking-
shirt's fucking fire.
Is that
Compliments my
foreplay?
bone
Rock it
structure.
well.
Is that
I rock it
shirt?
well.
Is that
Thank
shirt
you.
for
There's
play?
confidence in that shirt.
All right, look
fuck,
up here.
Tansey.
Look up here,
Yes, sir.
dickheads.
Yes, sir.
Look up here. All
In
right.
the shirt
all right.
too. It's good.
Howard, look at this. Look at the camera.
We're taking pictures, everyone. Who
All
are
right,
listening.
let's talk about what we got going on, Chef Howard.
Yes.
Hop back on that mic, man, because you did some savage work, dude. Savage work. He came to show up, and he showed up.
All right, man, we got it going on. We've got your wonderful selection. You got the portobellas just nicely seared on your little black stone over here with some beer brats. Obviously, that's
Almost
just
doesn't
dead
break.
center of that.
I know,
And you
right?
threw some medium-sized shrimp on top of that, and you're getting it. That thing goes great. Tacos, just like it is with that cocktail sauce, or put that shit on a fucking cracker.
Yep,
It
looks
doesn't
like we
matter
got
what
some
you
What'd you
lump-
call me?
I got potatoes, a little new bowl potatoes right there, andouille sausage. You got lump crab meat in the center, and we've got some oysters on the half shell down here.
You got
just
crabs?
took some of this nice broth and just dripped it on top, fresh lemon.
My gosh.
Again, my killer cocktail sauce, man. You just can't beat it.
You know, the thing about tailgating is, I know I sound redundant if you guys are true followers of this podcast. it's simple, right? It should be simple, and a lot of people suck when they're simple, but you'll hear me and Eric say, just because it's simple, it doesn't have to what? Suck. So this was some very elementary cooking. We literally just threw some good ingredients in a good broth, and we let it roll for a little bit, and then we threw some potatoes and some peppers and some corn in there, and then you put some good quality ingredients like some brats, some shrimp. It's absolutely phenomenal. And this is the type of tailgating that we want to encourage you guys to do because, I mean, look, you got oysters, you got shrimp, you got bratwurst, you got corn, you got...
I went ahead and shucked us some crackers.
I can't even just stop talking about it. It's so exciting.
You don't want to stop.
So I'm going to get you guys some bowls, just
So
like
get-
Chef Howard has, and we're going to roll.
Tell me about it.
All right, man. So it just speaks for itself. I mean, look at it. It's corn on the cob.
I don't know where to start.
Shrimp.
What do you do first?
So we're a podcast.
You just get it. You just get it. You just, whatever you hit. I got some peeled shrimp over here. I got some that's not peeled. Hey, yeah, give me one of those for the shit.
Look, so when you're doing your tailgate at home, this is
it,
what you got to
baby.
do. Tell me what you have on this plate. Tell me everything for our podcast listeners.
The bowl is Tupelo wood, just cut and aged for about 7 months to a year, man. And then you just get it, hollow it out, and
Talk
get
about
it right.
foreplay.
Oh man, just rubbing it
sweet.
down
What is in
good.
that
You know,
bowl?
man. Just we've got shrimp, sausage. This lump crab meat again. I just can't specify. You need to put that on a cracker right now, dude. You need to get it.
Let me get it. Let me
All
get
right,
it
get
on
it.
a cracker.
Put it
Look,
on a
what
cracker.
I'm seeing before me is this
Hand
ginormous
me one of those oysters.
bowl
me
of
to touch it?
seafood goodness.
just grab it.
It's a seafood broil.
Fuck yeah.
It's so simple for your tailgate.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't even know
We've got oysters on the half shell. I'm gonna get some of this lump crab meat right in my face.
Man, that's
Fucking Chef Puhak,
Money,
can you
dude.
put some of that on my cracker?
What do you need?
I need some of the fucking lump. I want to see some of this lump crab that you guys got going on here. I can't reach it.
bring it. Watch that. Watch
Look at that.
Out of the way. Right.
He's bringing the bowl right to my face right now.
Yeah, man. We'll get that stuff right there.
Look, you know, the other guest that we had was a lot prettier. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm equally as turned on by you right now.
You should be, man.
Equally as turned on.
We got some sexy talking going on. There.
This is
right.
amazing.
You want to do
What
that
do you
for me, too?
Oh, fuck yeah. Yeah, let me get you going.
I tried myself, and I failed miserably.
I lived
There
in
we
Tampa
go. There
for
we go.
2 years.
Oh, you know what? Let me put a little
And
special
this.
sauce on
Some
that
of that.
thing.
Yeah, nice and
Chef
slow.
Howard,
Nice and
how do you
Oh,
think,
yeah. There you go, baby.
Chef Howard, how do you think people can improve their tailgates? I mean, we gave them some basics.
Yeah, I always say prep your shit, man. Get your stuff ready. Don't get there and look stupid and just be able to relax and have a good time and know what's going to happen. Know what that outcome's going to be prior
Mise en place, baby.
kickoff, man. Know you're going to whip their ass just like Tom Brady.
Fuck
Tom
yeah,
Brady.
he whips that ass. He whips that Giselle ass.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
hello.
Who
Hey, who are
wouldn't
you
like to
taking,
do
who are you
that?
taking for the game?
Be smart.
TB, yeah.
Fucking 12, yeah.
shit.
So if
Not
you want to
going
watch
for
TB12,
Mahoney?
get a 7th ring, come on down to Manning's
That's
and
it.
watch it
Listen,
down.
Boston Joe and I got $100 on
we
this
do.
game, and
We
I'm
shook on it.
$100 on Mahomie. My
Yeah, boy,
homie,
Mahomes.
Mahomes, baby.
Have you seen his brother? His brother sucks. This is a shout out to Pat Mahomes' brother. He sucks. He's on TikTok. He's a little millennial. Fucking.
What?
not
How
my
old
favorite
is he?
guy. He's probably younger than me. He's looks like a little shit. But
How old are
got
you?
the
Like
curly hair.
21?
I can be whatever age you want me to be, Big Daddy. Hey. I don't know. The mood was set right in the beginning of this podcast. I feel like all types are horny. So
And you've been out
Hey,
talking
Puhak.
and
So,
my
you
mom's
got
gonna
any
listen to
napkins
this.
down there?
Well,
Yes.
What did you do to this corn? This corn is so spicy. It's delicious.
tell us about your
Got a little
corn.
bite. That's the secret spices, man. We were talking about. We were shaking them up. We got chilies in there. We've got peppercorns.
I want to
Oh,
shrimp.
man, that's
fat
what I'm talking about.
Shout out
But
to
I
Bubba
mean,
Gump.
you obviously crab legs would work. Anything you.
I
My
choked
man
on
can't
corn.
take the heat. That shit's kicking his ass over here. My God.
Wow.
Oh, it's so good.
How did we get so lucky?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Whose idea was it to do a tailgate show where we cook food every
Well,
show?
we're just trying to give
man.
these guys ideas what
That's it,
what
man.
to do. I mean, just like
You know, just because you like sports doesn't mean you can't food. You know?
No, I mean,
Usually they go
sports
hand
and
in
food
hand.
goes hand in hand.
Yeah. I mean, Eric and I like food. We just don't sports that good. But we're making it work.
Trying to get the shell off.
What is this sausage?
that's the andouille and that's the beer broth.
That's
The
not
andouille.
sausage. That's
That's the
ox,
andouille, yeah.
that ox cock that
What
Puhak.
is
Oh
andouille
man.
mean?
No, the andouille is the redder one. It's red in color.
I got it. I got the red in color. What does andouille mean?
Yeah, break it down,
That
chef.
means good.
That means good. I love the skin
moisture.
on the andouille.
Got a nice
'cause
little
it's
pop
nice.
to it, right?
It does have
Snap,
a great pop.
Snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispies, baby.
It's got the perfect little balance of spice to it.
This is the best part for the people who only listen. You just go,
Do you,
no.
you want one of these shrimp?
I
son?
tell you what, listen, our
They're already
crowd.
peeled for you if you want one right here.
I
Grab
feel
it.
so bad because do you have a dog at home and you're sitting there and you're eating like a lamb chop or you're eating something good at home, a steak, and your dog's sitting at the table with those whimpery eyes that look so cute and so sweet and so innocent, but your dog's ugly as fuck.
Whoa.
That's what our
Walk up and
crowd
grab the
is.
shrimp.
That's what our crowd is right now. They're all looking at us with those whimpery eyes.
Especially the guy in the yellow.
They're like, ooh, look at
There
that.
you go.
Look at that
Take 'em back in the
sausage he's putting in his mouth. But they're all, yeah, I wish we could share with you, but we can't. Because we're the
gonna
men.
break it down for
We're
the
the
crowd.
hosts. We're the fucking bosses of the show.
Listen,
We're
your
the-
dog
break
might be
down for
ugly.
the
My
crowd.
dog's the most beautiful dog you've ever seen in your life, actually.
I'd have to say I got your dog beat, man.
Them fighting words.
You have a pig.
Oh man, Felicia, yeah.
I think
Yeah.
she might be in the
But
dish.
my dogs, we got Coco, Blondie, Shimmer. I mean, we got them all.
I got a blue-eyed husky, though. I mean,
That's what he wants. That's what.
yeah, look at him.
Look
Balto,
at-
right?
oh,
You watched
man.
that movie? No, he's like,
Balto was a good movie.
yeah, my guy looks
Balto
like
was
the
incredible
bad guy
movie.
in Balto, based on the true story. but
Chef Puhak, did you see Balto?
No,
You didn't see Balto?
Yeah, tell me about
Look,
it.
dude, you're fucking drugged up as shit. You got a double hip replacement because you're 80 going on 38. Go home tonight, get on Disney Plus, and watch.
I believe Kevin Bacon is in Balto. I think he
Is he?
voices Balto, if I
Shut
remember
up.
correctly.
I
Yeah.
love Kevin
It's like
Bacon.
8
Get on
degrees
in
of
here, you
separation with Kevin Bacon.
You sexual being.
We
you.
need to get, we need
got
to get
the
some
pretty
food
lady
up,
back on.
up here for the nice lady.
Just go right in.
You get you that fucking sausage.
Fist
Eric,
Yeah.
buddy, right here. Andouille sausage, to lead in as a smoked sausage from the
Okay.
vulgar French language.
Okay.
To lead in.
Stick
Also,
it in your mouth is what it is.
originating in France, to use pork, leading in using pork.
So it's
do
got
it.
like deep,
I like
smoky
it.
flavors. You see it in a lot of like etouffees and gumbos and jambalayas and stuff like that. It's got a deep, deep, deep flavor to it, as opposed to the sharper beer brat German.
It does.
sausage
It does.
From, from the vulgar Latin verb inducing, lead in.
Leading.
Do you see what he's doing there? Lead it in. Lead it on
Speaking of
in.
leading, our leaders are Copperstone Records, baby. Our manager, Copperstone Records, Buddha Budakowski. He's the leader of this shit show. He gets us all the guests. He lines up all this, makes sure everything's going good. Listen, talking about foreplay and this food, I think food is the ultimate foreplay.
Yeah,
My
absolutely.
wife was lived in France. She taught French at NC State. And listen, my wife and I's relationship is 100% sexual. We've been married. We've been together now for 12 years.
Oh, wow.
And 100% sexual relationship. We have sex so much that we argue about sex. Have you ever argued about sex?
Yes, I have had many boyfriends who just think I'm a sex addict, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you can't keep up. It's not really my fault.
Yes, and my wife and I are both sex addicts, and we both can't keep up with each other.
That's perfect.
It's a good problem to have.
That's a
Absolutely.
terrible problem to have.
Is it?
Because
you have
every
3 kids?
night is a very long night, and our kids suffer from it. The other night, we were making sweet, passionate love, and I got up and I went to go turn the lights off after we got done with a nice session of love making, and I went to go turn the bathroom lights off, which is the kids' night light, the bathroom light, and I heard, "Dad," and I said, "Duke, are you awake?" That's my oldest son. He said, "Dad." I said, "What's going on, bud?" He's 8. He's like, "Dad, I heard the most awful sounds coming from your..." They're homeschooled, so they have this crazy articulate verbiage above them because their mom is very smart. I'm very stupid, but their mom is very smart. And he was like, "Dad, I heard this awful noise coming from your bedroom. It sounded like, and I heard these bangs and booms, and I thought somebody was breaking in, and there was nothing I could do." And he's 8. And I was like, and by this time I had made his way to his
Childhood
bed.
ruined.
I had
One day
put
you'll
my hand on
understand.
his hand. His hand was trembling. He was shaking. And I knew it was for real. And I said, "Oh my God, buddy, I'm sorry." He's like, "Dad, I thought something terrible was happening in your room." And I said, "Oh, buddy, we were watching a scary movie." We don't have a TV in our room. He knows this. And he was like, Dad, promise me you'll never watch a scary movie in your room until I'm asleep. I went back to our room and I said, honey, I told my wife this story and she said, oh my God, we've got to be more quiet. And I said, we? That's you, honey. That is you. I am quiet. I am forcing your head into this
it should be a
pillow
compliment.
like
She's
O.J.
really saying,
Simpson was murdering Nicole.
Allegedly.
I was trying to keep this shit quiet and under wraps, and
She's
you
like,
were the
you really,
fucking
though?
noisy one.
Were you really, though?
I thought I was.
So on the opposite end of that spectrum, I wake up one night when I was probably 12 and my sister was probably 8, and
Yep.
she...
Wait. How old are you?
I was 12, probably.
How old are you now?
No, actually, I was probably like 9, and she was probably like 7. I'm almost 30 now.
Okay.
And I wake up, and she's got her ear to the wall.
Okay.
And she looks at me, and she's like, Suzii, they're doing it.
Did you know what that meant at that point?
Oh, of course I did, because I knew that they
Your
constantly did it.
Your
I just knew
sister's
how
on
to
the
ignore
podcast, right?
it. She was at the beginning, and then she got in a little love bubble, so...
She couldn't be on it anymore.
Yeah, it was very hard to get her to be consistent. So I was like, all right, guess I'm
Wait,
gonna do
can I
this
ask, is
alone.
she the gay one?
Yes.
Okay, she is the gay one. Because I was listening to a show where you were the gay female. Not that it matters, but I mean, context matters.
Yeah,
It really does.
yeah.
Well, since we're on this subject of being young, I mean, not to go too dark here, what's like the youngest age that you think you get exposed might fuck you? Because you might have fucked your kid up if he heard you guys banging.
I mean, my mom
8
had...
years old? I'd be fucking scarred.
My mom was 20 when she had me, so like I've fucking heard it all. Like
That's
every
why you're doing a
boyfriend,
sex
I know every
podcast
style.
now.
Yeah, exactly.
I see how that works. Okay.
So
What inspired you to do a Just for Foreplay?
just press
podcast?
foreplay. So my
Just press foreplay.
yeah. So
I
my
apologize.
sister is a pun queen. She's like the most funniest person I've ever met
Yeah,
in
she's
my life.
punny.
Yeah,
Ah.
she is so punny. So she came up with the name. And thank God for that, because I feel like it just kind of brought the entire show together. But I've always been overly sexual and treated like it's
She
too
seems
much.
like she's not. I've listened
She's
to the podcast.
not at all. She's very much the opposite.
She seems like she's very repressed. Which is
outwardly, but
against
not inner.
which is against the stereotype because she's gay. I assume now at this point that she's gay. Well, she says she's gay. I didn't know
She's
she was your
lesbian,
sister. Lesbian.
Mm-hmm.
And usually you would think that, stereotypically, gays are outspoken, because that's what the media portrays.
Right.
But yours is the opposite. You're the outspoken one.
Yeah.
And you're straight. She's the...
Right.
What was that? And she gets embarrassed very quickly.
She does.
And when I hear it, she gets very embarrassed.
And that's why I wanted to start the podcast with her, to just like expose her to things, so that way I feel like the more you're educated about it younger, not in an over-sexualized way, but in just an educated way, then you can make better decisions going into partnerships, and you're not like... Because there's so many times when you're young, you like meet someone and you're just like, oh shit, I met this person and now I'm stuck with them for the evening because now I just feel bound to it. And it's like, why? Like, be assertive with yourself. Be assertive with what you like. Be assertive with what you're into. And if you're not into someone, who cares if you're on a Tinder date with them and they expect to go home with you at the end of the night? Who fucking cares? Like, if you're not into them, you're not into them.
Are you a dating app person? Tinder, Hinge, Bubble, all that fun stuff?
No, I think I've
Grindr.
like met 2 people on Tinder, and each time I was like, oh, you guys are the fucking weirdos. Is this where all the weirdos go? I don't really know.
Well, we were talking about stigmas with, talking about like your sister is a lesbian and talking about sex. There's definitely a stigma with being a woman and being so open. I mean, maybe it's 2021, not so much nowadays, but the age-old stigma is like guys are allowed to talk about that. Did you get any flack when
Yeah.
you started? Like, you're a woman, you're not supposed to be talking about sex.
Not really, and I think that's why I don't get too much feedback. And people, like, I get a lot of listeners, but I don't get too much feedback. But I think it's because it's a different dynamic that I'm coming at it from. It's not this like raunchy, cater to what we think men like, but instead dictate what we like, and then men will follow.
Yeah, what's your demographic? What's the average listener look like?
It's
you think?
actually men.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually men between the age of like 25 and 50 is what I've noticed.
Which is good, because that means men are still trying to figure out how to pleasure their woman.
At least
Yeah,
pretending.
Which how it
You know
should
what I
be. I mean, fake it till you make it, right?
Fake it till
Well,
you make
we
it.
talk about foreplay now. Is blue balls a real thing, or are we just making that shit up so you guys feel bad for us?
I don't know because
it's a real thing,
I ain't
man.
got
I've had
balls.
it.
You get the
so-
pain, but do you ever think like when a guy's like, "Oh, I have blue balls now, you gotta help me out"? It's like, you're full
It's
of
like,
fucking
are you
shit.
focusing on it, and so now you're creating it?
Ah,
or,
okay.
And
Talk
also,
about
if you didn't want blue
manifesting.
balls, then you should have tried a little harder with the foreplay, and then you wouldn't have blue balls.
Oh, lesson to all you men out there. Not that I need any.
It's
of
really
that.
not hard to please women. Like, it's small little things
Says
to
you.
notice about them. No, but that's the thing. If you're not focusing on the foreplay beforehand, you're going to have a hard time getting them to come. Like, I've been in a relationship for the last 6 years, and there's times where my body will not come for him if he has not done things to like be nice to me throughout the day. If I felt degraded throughout the day, he can do forced orgasms, whatever. It's not going to work.
Could you say that word one more time?
Forced orgasms.
Oh, I thought you said four-story
You know what,
orgasms.
that's
I'm like,
fucked
whoa.
up because like I think any guy like you could hold me down in a prison full of fucking dudes, and I'm not gay at all. I fucking love chicks, and I sure
We might be hearing Eric's
But
fantasy.
you know what? But if you fucking put your hand on my dick and you move it up and down long enough and hard enough, I'm fucking something's happening.
That's why
My
we're very
body will
easy.
Girls
reject
aren't.
it. He can try all he wants, and my body will just completely reject it if
Yeah.
I
And that's why
haven't
girls are
felt
different.
loved throughout the day.
Guys
and
are
that's
pieces
why.
of shit.
Yeah, what's the percentage of like psychological to men? It's physical. Like I was saying with Tansey, you could fuck a couch and get us off. It's easy. We use our hands. Not a
And
big
women,
deal.
it's psychological.
Exactly.
And
What's
that's
the
why.
percentage? Like, would you say it's like 75% psychological? To,
I don't think there's a percentage. I think
No.
that it depends on the individual, and that's why it's so important to learn where their pleasure spots are. But when you're focusing on learning where their pleasure is rather than focusing on the orgasm, you're learning about them.
It's like
And
where
then
love
that's the
language
foreplay.
comes in, right?
And,
Yeah.
you know, with me and my wife, and what I have learned with my wife is that my wife is very upfront with when I met her. Because I was a huge piece of shit when I met her. She was too. She was just coming after this European sex odyssey. She'd been
Nice.
sleeping all around Europe. And I was just coming out of the military. I was a
Experiencing all
fucking
around Europe.
dirtbag as well. But her thing is that you have to seduce me. You have to be in the moment. And for her, it was kissing in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It was saying words of affirmation. She made me read the book, Five Love
Love
Languages.
Languages.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
she made me read the book. I read it. I'm glad I read it. When I read it at the time, I was making jokes.
What the
I was
fuck
like,
is this shit?
"Ha, these
Yep.
fucking bitches making me read this shit.
Oh, you want gifts?
But then I read.
But he did it after all.
But when I read the book, you know, it made me really understand my wife. And no man will ever hear me call my wife a bitch. No man will ever hear me embarrass my wife in front of them. No man will ever see me degrade my wife. And when
Yeah.
I say things to my wife, it's not in a
Goes in
degrading
improv.
way. It's in a way to educate others. And this is how things go. I listen to my wife. I obey my wife.
And your sons are watching, and
And
they
they are
notice
all the
that,
time.
and they'll repeat that in their relationships.
And,
that's
I hope
huge.
they do. I hope they do. I hope that they make out in the kitchen over a lamb leg, and they slap her up on the cutting board, and they ram that hammer
That's
into
really
that
what she wants.
shame cave.
what she wants.
They ram that hammer into the shame cave right there on that cutting board, spoiling everything, and serving food right off of it to their very mouths.
I'm moist.
Listen, I have a surprise
We
for
all
you. Listen, we're the Drinking Bros podcast. What's our time, production manager? What's our? We're at 40. We have 4 minutes left. Oh, until an hour. We don't give a fuck about that. But listen, so we're products of the Drinking Bros. Have you ever heard of Drinking Bros?
Not before I came here. No.
Not before you came here. Well, Drinking Bros is a huge podcast. A really big fucking deal.
No big deal.
We're like top 50 podcast in the world, Drinking Bros. But we are a branch of that called Drinking Bros Sports, and then a sub of that, we're Drinking Bros Sports Tailgate Legends. We're every Friday night on Drinking Bros Sports. But Drinking Bros, they have made a movie called Range 15.
Okay.
It's on Amazon. You should watch it tonight. It's your last night in
Yep.
North Carolina.
Yep.
Half that show was shot by North Carolinians. You should definitely watch it, Range 15. But there's also a series of books. It's the first male sex romance novel to make it to the New York Times bestseller.
Oh, wow. Okay.
First male sex romance novel to make it to the New York Times. This was the first book of the series. It's called, what do you call it?
I don't know what the fuck you call it.
When you have a trilogy, it's a trilogy.
Oh, there you go.
And the first book was
series?
called... Yeah, series. And the first book was called At Night She Cries While He Rides His Steed. Okay? Can I read you...
Yes, please do.
What every
Please
guy
do.
would want. What every guy would want. And by the way, the new book just came out this week.
That
the
is
third
very
book
exciting.
The second book starts out with a sex scene with Harriet Tubman in the Underground Railroad.
Oh no.
Oh
true
yes.
story?
Did she get trained on the Underground Railroad?
Listen, I'm going to try to read it in St. James.
Is that where that term
voice.
came from?
What?
Wow.
You can thank Harriet Tubman.
Thank you, Harriet Tubman. And we just lost every sponsor that we had. All right.
This
here
is
we
why
go.
I have my own website, so that way I don't lose my sponsors.
Shout out
JustPressForeplay.com.
Listen, to end this show tonight, I'm going to read an excerpt of the first male sex romance novel trilogy to make it to the New York Times bestseller, written
so
by
excited.
Ross Patterson,
I'm gonna eat
the
more
godfather
sausage
of drinking bros. You eat,
I feel like
you
it's
drink
simple.
while I read to you. But the most important thing is that you look into my eyes. I'm going to read it
Or
in
the
his
camera.
voice. I'm going to read it in his voice. This is midway down of the page. Jesus, you're fucking downer. Now do you understand why I'm always late for dinner? You're always asking me to help with the kids, crying about your sister's polio, or asking me to send letters back to your family members in Ireland to see if they're still alive for the potato famine. I'm not a fucking postman or someone who's a bigot whose biggest fault is that they listen too much. I'm a real fucking man who needs power wash those two, as I point to her breast. Is that all I am to you, she asked, choked up. Don't be so hard on yourself. You also cook and clean. It's nice that what you think of me. Loretta breaks down and starts to cry, so I rub her back with my hand, then expertly pop off her bra. Come on, Lou, don't be like that. If you didn't clean me, I would be dirty as fuck. She shakes her head in disbelief at how awesome I am, giving me the old, this is the last time look as she removes her top. Her breasts escape her bra with the desperation of two Anne Franks, both wanting to see the outside world. I'm continuously amazed at how enormous her areolas are.
Let there be light.
They take up such a wide area of her breasts. It's like seeing the tarp covering the infield during a rain delay at a ball game. Ever so delicately, she pulls her down her dress, revealing an ass like a honey-glazed Christmas ham, freshly cut down the center, and an unbelievable bush. If you don't have enough club, you're going to have trouble making it to the green from that rough. She doesn't say anything to me as she steps into the tub, her eyes entranced in a catatonic stare. I reach up and put my hand on her breast. Do you like this? I ask her in a German accent. Just because I can do one. I know where you've been tonight. I know where you've been tonight. Just do what you're gonna do. Shh. Once I get going, you'll forget about all the other women I've slept with and appreciate the new techniques I've learned. Anyway,
I need to
This
change
is
of
the first
trousers
time I tried
after
this, just on you, baby, I promise.
you want to talk about
Trousers.
foreplay.
You don't wear trousers?
Boys, you are in for it. What's next for Just Press Foreplay? What do you got coming down the pipe? Are you going to write a sex novel? Are you coming out with any kind of, what's next for you guys?
You know, so I've been working on a clothing line for Just Press Foreplay. I don't think I'll ever write a book.
Why not? Why not write a book? I feel like guys need to read this.
But it's like when they're reading, sometimes when you read things, you put your own interpretations on it. Where if you're hearing something, then you have to kind of listen to how the person's trying to get the message across. So I think that's why
Are you the
I
voice
prefer,
of women? Are you the voice of women or are you the voice of men?
I don't know because honestly, I don't relate to a lot of women with the way that I think. I'm a lot more assertive and a lot more opinionated. So I don't know who I relate with. I relate with myself. I feel like that's the most important thing and what I want to get out there. Like self-love is the most important thing, and then you're going to figure out what you like as long as you're tuned into you. So that's kind of the point of it.
Is self-love just another term for masturbation?
It could be, I
It could
guess,
be.
if that's self-love for you.
So what's a healthy amount of masturbation a week?
I mean, it depends.
dudes.
So, like,
For
the thing is,
times a day.
for dudes, it's all about how much sexual energy do you want to build. If you're just constantly ejaculating, there's so much nutrients that's coming out with your semen that you're actually depleting yourself.
So all more reason to have women swallow because it's all the nutrients, right?
Yeah, I mean, give them a little protein shake. It's perfect.
Why don't you take another bite of that sausage, Eric?
I just put a mouthful of lump crab in
Perfect
my
timing.
mouth.
All the
gonna
people on
vomit.
YouTube smash the like button after that one.
So follow me at just.press.foreplay- on Instagram.
Do it right now.
Just.press.foreplay on Instagram.
Yep.
Facebook?
I do have Facebook. I've been banned and in jail on Facebook so much that I'm hardly ever on there.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you banned?
Because my main account.
What's your main account?
My
What
main
did you say? What gets you banned?
So I've been in leadership development for the last like 7 years. So I understand business, I understand those kinds of things. And so like a lot of the political stuff that's happening right now, I'm very opinionated on it.
Are you serious?
Uh-huh.
You are.
So I get banned.
You're from
a
Seattle.
lot.
You're from
no,
fucking
I'm
Seattle.
from California. I live in Seattle. I am the oddball in
I would
Seattle that's like,
assume-
fuck all of you and your opinions. You're literally brainwashed. So.
I would assume that because you're from California and you live in Seattle and you have a sex podcast, that you'd be liberal as fuck.
No.
No.
Breaking
No,
the mold,
I'm not
baby.
political at all, but I can sense when some shady shit is going on and use my logical brain to be like, let's look into that. Who is funding this?
Listen, let me ask you something.
George Soros.
Bill Gates. Shall we name some
Yes.
more?
Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, who's the asshole that just got fucking...
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff
He just
Bezos.
stepped down. Did you hear that?
He sure did.
Why? Why do you think
He
that
lost a
is?
mean divorce, too. He lost a lot of money. Too bad he
No,
doesn't
he
have
didn't
enough.
lose shit.
Too bad he doesn't have enough.
Nah, he didn't lose shit. Even if he lost 50%, that's not shit.
You
That-
keep
I
talking
think
like
that
this, and we're
there's a
going
lot
to
of
get kicked off
information.
YouTube, guys.
They're watching.
Oh,
The
wow.
overlords are watching.
There's a lot of information that's going to
Did
be
you,
exposed, and when you step down, you're a little bit out of the limelight, and I think that's what he wanted.
Fuck you. Let me ask you this, because I did not expect that. Honest to God, knowing you from how many conversations I've had with you? Maybe 30
This one?
seconds, 40 seconds. Yeah, this one. I was telling the boys, I was like, look, homies, because we're kind of a conservative crowd here. I said our producer's not. Our production manager may or may not be. I don't know what the fuck he is. He's just always bitching. He's flicking me off right now because we're getting to politics. He's like, shut the fuck up, guys.
Just talk Steelers.
Just talk fucking football. But
Football
listen,
and sex, come on.
I did not call you speaking out against the government tonight. I didn't see that happening.
I appreciate our Constitution. I appreciate free enterprise.
shit.
And as soon as you try to take that away, you're fucking up all of the small businesses, all of the middlemen who are
What?
working hard. So
Oh my God! What? Our crowd likes that.
I don't feel like you
Our
have to be a
crowd's
part of
into
a
it.
political party in order to understand that.
Jesus.
I like where we just went.
So that's why
I
I'm not
like it,
popular on
yeah.
Facebook.
Look, so where do we follow you? Because you're interesting as fuck.
I know.
Listen, I listened to a couple of your podcasts. I was horny. But I got more than just horny from your podcast. I literally learned some boy, this rum is good.
Yes.
I
The
learned some
best.
things. I did learn some things. I had never, when I saw the title of one podcast, I'm not going to lie. It said...
It moved?
It said, take nudes of yourself or something. Nudities.
Oh
or
yeah, nude selfies,
Nude
masturbating,
selfies.
nude selfies, and getting right with the moon.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck yeah, I want to get with all those things. I watched it, and then when I heard what you guys said about taking nude selfies, and not in a sexual way, not in sitting it to somebody else, but being comfortable with your body, I had some true come to Eric moments. Because I was like, fuck, man, I often take nude selfies of myself to send to my wife, and I take like 10 of them. But I'll take a selfie of myself right now and post it, and I give two fucks about what face I'm making, what my acne looks like, what my hair looks like, what my hat looks like.
Have you taken a tuck picture? Have you taken a tuck picture? From the front and back.
She hates my
Ooh.
tuck. She hates my tuck. She hates my tuck. She doesn't like my tuck. I do
See,
like
those
doing
are
the
the
tuck.
photos just
So
for
she
you.
kink shames.
But when you talked about it on that episode, and if our listeners, you should go to that episode on Just Press
Foreplay.com.
And what's the name of that episode?
That one is masturbating nudes and getting right with the moon.
Yes. It really talks about being comfortable with your skin. And I said, man, maybe I have some issues that I need to deal with. Because I have caught myself trying to send a little dicky pic to the old wife, a little penal.
And
a
it's
little
like doing it
peni
for an
pic.
ego boost. And
It
it's
is.
like, if you're doing
and
it
I'm
for
like,
that
well,
reason.
that's not a good angle. That's not a good angle. Let me make that bitch look bigger. But I wish my wife would have a bigger dick
Photoshop.
sometimes. You know what I mean? Like, I wish she could have a bigger penis than mine.
I mean, if you practice semen retention, natural blood flow is going to make things a little more swole.
God,
A little more swole, just a little.
sorry so much.
You can go from 1.5 to
Listen,
2
this
real
was-
quick.
Yeah, I think you'd be surprised with what you can do with yourself.
Look, this was the Drinking Bros Sports Tailgate Legends. I think in a couple of weeks, we learned about you from a hockey podcast. Believe it or not, it's called What the Puck podcast. And we're going to get this guy on. He's the end-all, be-all hockey guy here in North Carolina. And he also does a little across the pond. Give me your best English accent.
Oh, can you do the English accent? You're real good at it.
He's wearing a kilt. He's coming up here. He's coming up here. Fucking, oh my Jesus, it's
He needs
Jeff
the blue
from What
face
the
paint.
Puck podcast. Yeah.
Got a kilt on, guys.
How you doing, mate?
Come on, get in here. What is it? Give us your podcast. We're going to get you on here in a couple of weeks.
All right, so my podcast is What the Puck.
Eat the mic.
Get it. Yes.
So my podcast is called What the Puck, brought to you by Game On, sports podcast for everybody. It's part of that family. I got brought on by a really great guy. But I also do a side podcast called Hockey Tea Time Chat. I used to be stationed over in England for about 5 years. I got really highly involved in the hockey community. And I got to be part of a semi-pro system over there, which kind of led to meeting some of the professionals over there, as well as other countries. So I have at least a weekly or every couple weeks podcast where I get a hold of them via Zoom. We sit there for about an hour. This past week, try to check out, I interviewed 2 ladies that played on the national GB team. And especially with the women's hockey system coming up, especially with the Isabel Cup going on in Lake Placid right now.
So you're a veteran. Obviously, you're drinking, bro. And that's how you got us in touch
Yep.
with Just Press Foreplay. But you're a drinking bro sports guy, but you're the hockey, and there's not a lot of drinking bro sports hockey talk these days, is there?
Not really. I believe I might be the first one, maybe.
Well, we're gonna get you
Yeah,
on
we
here
need
for
to
some
get you
hockey
back on
talk.
I feel like
Yeah.
hockey is one of the most entertaining sports to watch. too.
Is that a sense
yeah.
of foreplay? Do you get turned on by hockey?
I do. There's intensity in hockey. Like there's
is.
so much intensity in how they play and
They
how
good
they
with
like
sticks.
the sticks, how they fucking bat each other. Like it's a brawl.
And she came out to visit me, and just about every night we just chill, watch a few games a night. As you can see, I'm a Canes fan. I also grew up a New York Rangers fan. The Boston guy can kind of keep his mouth quiet.
The Boston guy cannot keep his mouth quiet. That's part of the problem.
It's
Same-
physically
Same
impossible.
thing with the Pittsburgh Penguins fan. They don't really count as a hockey team, so I mean, kind of like the football team, I guess.
Yeah, fuck
So,
the Steelers.
Listen, are you gonna watch the game this weekend, Miss Susie? Are you gonna watch the
I
game?
probably won't because I'll get distracted with the butts. Like
The butts.
Yeah.
Are you gonna fucking blow your dude? Because you're blowing dudes these days. Because listen, football.
I only blow one dude.
Listen, 99% of football fans are dudes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we gotta say that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the stats like 75%, but let's play the odds.
What's the percentage?
Let's play the
What's the
odds.
percentage of gender fluid people who are football
I
fans?
don't fucking know, like 2% probably. Not even a percent that I'm gonna concern myself with at this point because I'm trying
They're
to
looking
prove
at the
a point.
butts too.
Yeah, who cares? We're all looking at the butts. I'm looking at the butts. You're looking at the butts. We're all looking at the butts. But listen, you're watching the show this weekend. You're with your man. Do you have a man?
Yes.
Does he like football?
No.
No. Oh, so you're not fucking blowing any dudes during this game.
I mean during the game, but not while watching the game.
Really? You wouldn't do that?
I mean, if he was into it, maybe.
If he was into it.
You're not good at
But listen,
multitasking?
ladies,
I'm
this
great
is
at
This is a
multitasking.
weekend, and look, if you're a guy like me that doesn't sports, and if my wife did sports, I'd be licking it. I'd be sticking it in that shame cave so quickly to get her aroused. I'd be doing all sorts of Super Bowl foreplay. But if you're a girl and your dude's all into the sports, make this weekend about him. Give it to him. Make him a good meal. Cook him a good meal. And you know when The Bachelor has their season finale?
It'll come back
In
around.
its finality.
Yep. It
You
is
gotta
finality.
reciprocate, right? Because it's all about selfless
I
service,
mean, don't
reciprocation.
expect it.
Don't expect it.
Like you have to be doing things just because you genuinely want to be pleasing them, and then it gets reciprocated.
does. It does.
But
It
if
really
you're
does.
out to do it to have them do something back, they
It's
can
the
feel
wrong-
that.
Yes,
you
they
can
can.
feel it. Like
You're so smart. And when you think about a sexual podcast,
it's not
you
smart
go,
though. It's just aware. It's like slowing down and being aware of what the fuck's going on, and like making eye contact and paying attention.
Have you ever been on the Drinking Broettes podcast?
No.
Do you know who Jesse Wiseman is?
You're about to.
No.
Oh, we'll see you later, man.
Speaking of
but
Jesse-
listen,
Come on
Drinking
here, brother.
Broettes, Drinking Broettes, I feel like you need to be on their show. And they talk all about this stuff, and they're very serious about it, as you are serious about it. And your podcast is serious, and we can tell that it's serious through the quality of your podcast. And listen, thank you so much for being on our show
Yeah.
tonight.
Thanks for having me. It was a pleasant
This was a
surprise.
great foreplay.
Better than you thought, huh?
It was
Admit
so much better than I thought.
Foreplay for the big
Unexpected. Those
game.
are always the best
The
experiences.
things that I'm
you
going
know?
to go home and do to my wife. The things I'm going to go home and do to
Yes.
Chef Puhak.
Hey.
All right, guys, listen, this was
After those oysters, how could you not?
Chef Puhak, Chef Manning, all of our guys over at Copper Still Records, Noel, our producer over there behind the camera, behind the audio that makes us sound great, Instill Distilling Company for hosting us, Manning's restaurant
They
on Main.
showed up tonight.
Yeah, they always show up, baby. They are the wonderful whiskeywear.com. We'll see you guys in Austin tomorrow. We're going to get wet. We're going to get hard. There's not enough foreplay that's going to keep this deck from losing all of what's inside of it. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Keep it criminally delicious, guys.